and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, it is our favourite video of the month, the completed pages. So this is my completed pages for October 2024. I have a stinking cold, but I'm going to be busy for the next few days. Now, I have completed 6 pages this month, the same as I completed last month. I thought I'd get a few more done. I did overtime at work and it's made me, and I've been more tired than I thought I was going to be. So I managed 6. So yeah, and hopefully next month I will manage a few more than that. I'm not sure, but there's no right amount or wrong amount to do. So yeah, 6 is what I did. So I'll put my colouring journal to one side and we'll get into it. So I'll start with the ongoing WIP that I have, the work in progress. I have, it is Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Kanuku Ugasa, and it's a long-term WIP. So it's been going for a couple of months. I haven't actually had much chance to colour much more of it. I have popped on and did on to film these pumpkins and a few more of these leaves, but when I come on to do my colour coffee and chat, I don't really get a lot done, so I might have to film some off of camera and then come back to show you. So at the moment I've used Brute Funas and dual tip watercolour markers, the Shore and Marsh ones, for the basing of the pumpkins here, and I've got it all written down, all my leaf combination. So that is that one. In the same book I did this cat, Halloween cat. It was a buddy colour with Geordie colours, and I used Shore and Marsh dual tip watercolour markers, gel crayons for the background here, so I sort of did a moon background, gel pens in the gold and white, gold on the cloak here, and white for just highlights, and watercolour brush pens as well, just for a bit of basing. And I think I did the cat, yeah, I did the cat's cloak in it as well. I referred to pictures off the internet for the pumpkin colours, and the moon idea was an idea from a friend, but unfortunately the black on the cloak I didn't realise. I did a test, but it's actually gone through to the other page. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make the owl like grey colours and do like a nightimey evening background on here, which is fine. I can cover it, it's not a problem. But I just know in future that maybe to use like I can't use a dark like watercolour pen on this paper, but I'm really like how it turned out. And this actually was for hashtag October Colour Your Hoard 2024. It's hosted by Lavella's Colouring and T's World of Adult Colouring, which I will mention in my description box. That was basically, this is my first page out of this book that I've completed, so any first page out of a book that you completed, I did for that hashtag. So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this, and it was very much for the Halloween season. I like how my different pumpkins came out. I'll show Geordie's one here now. I like how we've used both, like made a moon in the background. I promise you I wasn't copying her, I just like the way that's turned out for both of us. So thank you, Geordie, for buddying with me. So that is Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Kanuku Ugasa. Okay, so the next one I have is a buddy colour with a group of girls off of Facebook, and this is the Seasons book by Rita Berman. We did, it wasn't really Halloween, but it was still harvest, like autumnal. So I did this, I call it Harvest Mice page. Let me zoom you in a bit. So this has never happened to me before, but after I zoomed in, the filming decided to cut off, so I was rambling on to no one. This is, I called this Harvest Mice page. I used Brute Funa squares. I think I forgot to mention on the last when I was using Brute Funa squares on the cat page. I used a white and gold gel pen, and I used white for the flecks and the fur here, and I really like this combination that I use, so I'll be using this in future. I also used the Jelly Roll Stardust on some of like the highlights here for the poppy, and on the butterfly here. I also used gel crayons for the background, so I did a slight blue background and then a grey floor. So my pencils went down lovely on this page, and this also was the first page out of this book, so it was for October Colour Your Hoard 2024, hosted by the same people that I mentioned before. I will put the other two ladies' pages here now, and I like how they went more of a sort of a brown and more autumnal feel. I thought mine was autumnal, but I think they went more so. I like how their mice turned out as well. So thank you, ladies, for buddying with me. So that was the Seasons book by Rita Berman. The next buddy colour I have is, next page I did was not an autumnal one or a Halloween one, was this tortoise, from Small Victories, Johanna Basford, and was this tortoise page. I did this with Kira from At Pictured Purpose, and I got the inspiration from someone off of Instagram for the pastel tones that I used, so a bit like off-piece for this time of the year, which is unusual for me. I used Brute Funas, a white gel pen for highlights, and Sakura Jelly Rolls in the Stardust and Metallic, just a bit on the flowers here, so it just gave it a bit of extra sparkle, because everyone loves sparkle on their pages, and gel crayons, which are the TBC gel crayons, and Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid in the gold up here, I believe. Yeah, it must be, because it's really, really glittery and it's come off and it's transferred onto the sky, which is actually quite nice. I don't know if you can see that, but the sky looks a bit glittery there. I shall put Kira's picture here. It is absolutely beautiful, and I love how bright and bold the colours have come out on her one. She's drawn in a background which I cannot draw to save my life. I mean, the grass here I'm not happy with at all on my one. So for her to draw in a background and it to look that beautiful, I am mesmerised. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that when I used a cloud stencil in the background on here, so that's about as far as my like artistic drawing skills on the grass here will go. But yeah, hers is absolutely beautiful, so thank you, Kira, for budging with me. That was Small Victories by Johanna Basford. Now, I was supposed to get to, this is Enara Creatures by Lolita Aya. I was supposed to get to this page for Halloween. Unfortunately, I only had about a week left, or 4 days left of the month, and I didn't think that I'd be able to do it any justice. Well, I didn't want to rush it, should I say. So I haven't got around to doing it, as you can see, and that will probably be kept for next year now. There are a couple of others that I would like to do, one or two others that I'd like to do for next month, and I'm going to try and get to them in November. So this one, which is the squirrel one, or the fox one here. So that was unfortunately my plans video, but it didn't work out like that. But we'll go back to Small Victories. So I did have like 4 days left of the month. So instead of doing the big page, I did a couple of small pages, which made it into, I like to call it, a double spread. And I have used similar colours, so they both sort of complement each other. I've called this one Circle of Leaves because I drew a stencil round it and then filled in the background, and I really like how I've used the blues and the greens on the pink, and then I've used pinks and purples on the green. And I have used a bit of sparkly Sakura Jelly Roll Stardust around the leaves, around the circles, sorry, if you can see, if it shows up on camera. I use white dots all over the background. It was an inspiration from watching one of Picture Purpose YouTube videos, so Kira, so thank you for that. I didn't copy her, but I got the inspiration from her. I tried the fading technique on the top one, but it didn't turn out very well, so I just coloured it all one colour, and that's why I did the dots over the top. So I'm glad I did, because I really like how it's turned out. And then what I did was I then transferred the colours that I'd used over into this page, the dinosaurs. So my dinosaurs were the pink and the purple of these leaves, and then I've just done the greens from these leaves up here. I had already done some of the background on this one, and it was because I did a YouTube video showing how to use gel crayons, so that is up on my channel, and then I just finished the background using the TBC gel crayons and added white gel pen for highlights, and there's gold gel pen as well, along the dotting here. Don't know if you can see that. So the white gel pen's here, and then I've used some gold for the dotting along here and here. And I've used Brute Funas, so Brute Funas was used on both. And I think that was it. I liked how I used the colour palette across both pages, and I don't know if you'd call it a double spread, but I'm quite happy with how they've both turned out. That's another couple of pages done from Small Victories. Now, I probably won't see this little book next month. It's not in my plans, but you never know, because when you get to the end of the month, there might be a couple of days spare where I get it out when I can't finish a bigger page. So that is Small Victories by Johanna Basford. Now, I did do one more, and I had talked about it in my plans video. I don't know whether you remember me showing you this skull that I had got from Mexico. So this is the sort of greeny teal colour, is one of my favourite colours, and I think it's so brightly coloured and beautifully painted. All the gold sparkle on it. So this is from a holiday that me and my partner, we went on, and he's got one in the Mexican flag colours, and I've got one just of all the colours, and I use this as inspiration for my next page, so we will pop that here. And so this is World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. So there's a lot of Johanna Basford books. Oh no, there's actually only two. I thought there was a lot because it felt like a lot. Let me zoom you back out, and hopefully it doesn't unrecord. Right, now you can see all the page, and we can see the skull there as well. Actually, I'll put the skull here so then you can see it. That's going to be in my way when I turn the page. I didn't think of that. So the page that I got done in this book was this page, the skull. Now, I did this quite early on in October, and it was for Halloween. Little spider here. I used Brute Funas, the square ones. I used Sakura Jelly Roll Moonlight and Stardust. I used a lot of gold for like his teeth and around his eyes, because I wanted to sort of not do it exactly, but use the gold out of here. I've used a gold and white silver gel, gold, silver and white gel pen. I've used TBC gel crowns for the stars in the background. I did do the Winsor & Newton drawing ink background, the splatter effect, but I think that it needed more, so I put a few extra stars. I actually did the few extra stars, and the Winsor & Newton drawing ink, that demonstration of that background is up on my channel, but I got the inspiration and asked Shell's colouring journey how she did it, so I tackled it myself, and I think it actually came out okay. To be honest with you, wanted to use the green as well as the gold, so it's sort of, because the green of the skull. Unfortunately, I did have a little bit of a mishap. I believe the green is made out of something slightly different to the gold and the silver, and it's a lot more, is runnier, and actually they went through on my other pages, so I'm going to have to cover it up. However, it's all a learning curve, so I know not to use that one again in the background. So I use the gold metallic bronze Winsor & Newton drawing ink and the brilliant green drawing ink by Winsor & Newton. And I think that was it. But I really like how I've used the colours of the flowers were the colours on top of his head, on top of the head here. And then I've just added in my own background, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And yeah, that is it for the month. So that is Johanna Basford World of Flowers. I hope that you've enjoyed my completed pages for October 2024. I apologise that I am not feeling too great, and I hope that I haven't missed anything out. I hope I haven't. And yeah, and now I'm going to get myself a nice drink and edit this video for you. I look forward to seeing you. My plans video for November is up already, so if you haven't already, check that out. And I look forward to seeing you again at the end of the month for my November completed pages. Thank you. Bye bye.